Industries across the city face an uncertain future. Getting back to work in the post-COVID-19 landscape presents a host of challenges for business leaders trying to balance commerce needs of the public with state and city requirements to keep workers and customers safe. In this, my fifth video blog, I'm going to look at 6 sectors within the city that typically provide its economic stimulus. Those vital signs include office, retail, restaurants, live events, construction, and transit. What does the immediate future of each sector hold? Real estate experts I've consulted with suggest the following. Regarding commercial office, since the start of the pandemic, office leasing is down 50% and is expected to plunge further as a result in the rise of the home office trend. Landlords are instituting new policies and protocols for both public and private spaces. Things like temperature scans at building entrances, in addition to touchless entry security points and limits on elevator capacity. Likewise, tenants are expected to implement new measures to create a low-risk environment for employees and staff. Meanwhile, hotel occupancy is down 80% and may take years to recover. Regarding retail has also been devastated by the pandemic and unfortunately will continue to suffer. The industry is being forced to implement social distancing measures inside of its stores, including limiting the number of shoppers at once and requiring customers and its staff to wear PPE attire. If tenants can't renegotiate their leases or negotiate deferred rent, I expect to see an increase in the rise of vacancies and or empty storefronts. Sadly, because most landlords would prefer to let their commercial space go vacant than rent a property for below market value. One strategy to help struggling retailers is to pay landlords a percentage of revenue earned. Ultimately, it is expected that many small retailers will not survive even with the assistance of the PPP program. Restaurants. Perhaps more than any other sector, the food and beverage industry is facing an existential crisis. Factors include decreased capacity due to social distancing, decreased foot traffic, increasing kitchen safety, and additional requirements for licenses and certifications. As part of the city's reopening plan, street and curbside dining has been a relative success. But Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio have been diligently monitoring and enforcing occupancy levels, and as a result, profits for these small business owners are expected to be extremely low, if any. Live events. The last industry to experience any type of reopening will be live events, and this sector includes Broadway shows, museums, art galleries, professional sports, all of which expect huge financial losses. Public performances and social distancing are simply too hard to achieve with poor crowd control. As we are currently witnessing, the entire business of professional sports is being altered. Let the NBA in its bubble scenario serve as an example of how professional sports can thrive within a pandemic. International travel also plays a huge role in the live performance sphere, as tourism is a largely known source of revenue for the city. Construction. The construction industry is deemed essential. Therefore, most infrastructure, utility, healthcare, and roof and facade work has continued throughout the pandemic. Hotel construction, however, is a bust for the foreseeable future, although office medical development looks to remain strong. Funding for new construction has been proceeding with great caution, as lenders only are looking to finance strong sponsors. Developers looking for financing must have a proven track record, prove their projected rents, and have a balance sheet strong enough to cover interest payments for a minimum of 36 months. Transit. Even with its new rollout of regular cleanings, the transportation sector will continue to be hindered unless the virus is mitigated. NYC's economy relies heavily on packed buses and trains, now only at 30% capacity, as most riders and MTA workers are simply too nervous to travel through these crowded spaces. So when will NYC rebound and or bounce back? A vaccine is a key factor to that question. That being said, who wants to be injected with the version 1 serum from Russia? Optimists highlight that New York is a special place. The talent and influencers are in NYC. Therefore, many believe it will thrive again like it did after 9/11, the financial crisis of 2008, and Hurricane Sandy. New Yorkers are some of the most resilient people in the world. Pessimists believed phased reopenings would be doomed to fail, and perhaps they were right. As the numbers continue to spike nationwide and the school system looks to reopen with a hybrid learning model, only time will tell the full economic and social impacts caused by the pandemic. Unfortunately, my crystal ball is out getting polished. However, I will say it is not unrealistic to think that a paradigm shift may be coming soon at the federal, state, and local levels. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from my colleagues who are brokers, economists, and small business owners about their remaining 2020 forecast. Feel free to reach me via cell, email, or social media. Take care now.